love our four-legged friends, but for many, dogs are more than pets. They provide emotional support, assist in therapy, or work as trained service animals. But what's the difference between them all? All new at 6, 5 News reporter Rachel Williams is breaking it down.
Whether guiding the visually impaired, detecting seizures before they happen, or calming a veteran with a medical diagnosis, these four-legged heroes are doing it all.
These dogs have they're very detail-oriented, and so, and I love the fact that I had to learn it.
For 18 years, April Nolan served on the front lines in the Army doing medical supply. 10 years ago, she medically retired and went through years of intensive therapy, but still, day-to-day life is hard for her.
I think the biggest thing for me was the ability to be able to go to my son's soccer games, because I was missing, things for my kids because, the stress and anxiety and things were just way too much to be in public. So
Nolan's service dog, Daphne, is trained to recognize certain cues of social anxiety. She says as a veteran, big crowds are intimidating.
I have trained her to be able to either come between my legs or on the sides, behind or in front of me, to create that space for me. And I made it to where she alerts me when my irritability and my anxiety is getting too high. The minute that I realize she is sitting here cheesing and her tail is wagging, she's up in my face, she's letting me know that I'm getting elevated, and I'm like, oh, I need to check myself here.
Service Dogs of Distinction is known for helping veterans and training service dogs through positive reinforcement training.
So for training for specific medical assistance needs, we hope to capture an offering that the dog gives us. We set up the scenario in favor of them being successful. For instance, sometimes anxiety, the knee bounce or hand twitching, hand rubbing goes along with that. We can encourage the dog to notice the knee bounce, encourage them with a lure to get over, put their head on the knee, hold it down until the knee stops bouncing, and then get the reward. And then we just use the clicker again to capture that behavior.
Don Gardner says the program usually lasts up to a year.
By the time we get the foundation skills on the prospect dogs, bring the veterans in for preparing, everybody meets and greets and the training starts, then we ask the veterans, they attend weekly training sessions like today. They train for up to 12 months. Some get out a little sooner, depending on the dog and the veteran.
And soon after, the service dogs start making a difference.
We know when a veteran tells us after training that, my first thought this morning wasn't suicide. My first thought was, I've got to take my dog out to pee. That lets you know you're changing through the dog, that the thought process is changing. Just the battle buddy aspect of it. It's not a cure-all, it's not a fix-all, but neither is the medications that the VA dumps out.
But that doesn't mean you can just go up to a service dog and start petting it. Shanti Stedham from School of Dogs explains the difference.
An emotional support animal is also providing a service for a diagnosed psychiatric scenario for the owner, but it's in the home environment. So those dogs do not have public access. A therapy dog can navigate going through Lowe's, going through the farmer's market. They don't bat an eye. They're just super laid back. But their job is for everybody else. A service dog is a dog who has 100% public access with their owner, not just anybody else, but with their owner, because they provide a very specific service to their owners.
Nolan and Daphne have been paired together for the last 3 years, and she says she still has to explain to people in public why they can't pet her dog.
Would you mess with someone else's medical device, like their insulin monitor or their pacemaker or their blood pressure machine? It's a medical device. You don't really mess with it. It's someone else's. She's my medical device.
Covering news where you live, Rachel Williams, 5 News.
Nolan says she and her service dogs are working to handle louder places, even busy, noisy spots like concerts. And she encourages anyone dealing with a medical or psychological condition to consider getting a service dog, saying they can make a huge difference.